Hi everybody, this is Tama Keeves, and I'm just wondering, we're just going to do a quickie here because I'm about to teach a course in miracles live here in Denver. But before my class is gathering, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about, do you ever feel triggered in a relationship? Do you ever feel triggered in a relationship? Now that's a trick question, isn't it? Of course you feel triggered in different relationships. There's times where you feel saddened or disempowered or frustrated or not seen or not gotten. So I want to give you a quick shift of how you might work with that, because A Course in Miracles is all about having miracles, and what that means is it's all about shifting the way that you experience your life. That doesn't mean you just put up with your life or you just accept anything in your life, but it means that you truly shift it. You see it differently, you experience it differently. So I'll give you an example of what I mean. This is a great little quickie example of what a miracle is, or a shift. This happened many, many years ago. When I was putting out my second book, Inspired and Unstoppable, Wildly Succeeding in Your Life's Work, I was getting ready to launch that book, and I got up the nerve to show the book to my mother, and that was always a little scary thing, but I showed the book to my mother, and she said she wanted to look at it or read it or whatever, so I gave her the book. And at one point, I remember asking her, so, what'd you think? Because she wasn't saying that much, and of course, that's every author's major fear, is that, like, oh my God, maybe she didn't like it. So anyway, she wasn't saying that much, and then at one point, what she said to me was, I love the quotes. I love the quotes. And if you know my writing at all, before every chapter that I do, I include all these wonderful quotes from other authors and other writers, right? So she said, I love the quotes. And of course, what I heard, I immediately flared up. I immediately reacted. I immediately felt hot inside, because what I made it mean was, oh great, she loves the quotes. She loves every single word in that book that I didn't write. That's what she loves. That's how I took it. That's how I heard it. And I was getting frustrated, like, what about my writing? What about my story? She loved the quotes. So anyway, that's an example of the first part of this, which is immediately getting triggered, right? It just happens unconsciously. It happens automatically. We basically supply a story. We basically supply a reaction. From A Course in Miracles perspective, what we do, we know we're triggered, right? We know we're triggered because we know we don't feel good. We know we don't feel peaceful. We know we don't feel alive, right? From A Course in Miracles perspective, we always say, there must be another way of seeing this. There must be another way of seeing this. And ultimately, what we always ask ourselves is, what am I making this mean? What am I making this mean? So we take responsibility for our interpretation. We take responsibility for how we're seeing something. I wish I could tell you that I shifted that relationship immediately in that moment. I didn't. But what I will tell you is that some years later, I had an incredible shift. I had an incredible miracle. I don't remember how it happened or what happened, but I remember thinking about that incident. And my mother's health had started deteriorating. Her mental health had started deteriorating. And she started forgetting things. And she had, I think, early stages dementia, and it was progressing. And what I realized, I started feeling bad and I started feeling sad. And then one day it just hit me like a bolt of lightning. She liked the quotes in my book because she probably could read the quotes in my book. They were very short. And at that time, her mind might have been failing, and it might have been too much to read the whole book or to read all these different essays, but she could read the quotes. And she probably, in her own way, wanted to support me. And in her own way, she wanted to read that book or be part of her daughter's book launch or say something positive. So she did what she could. Can you feel the difference in that? That's like a heart-opening experience, right? That's like a heart-opening moment when you realize, oh my God, there's a different way to see this. So that's a miracle. That's a shift in perception. I promise you that's what's going on in every single relationship in your life. If if you are immediately triggered or frustrated, you are seeing things in a way that is demeaning or diminishing. But I promise you, that is not what that person means. And even if it is what they mean at that time, it's not what their real self means. There's always another way to experience it. So again, a quickie shift, right? So here's the principle that I want you to practice, because I got to go in and teach a class. The natives are getting restless in there. So what I want you to do is a quickie shift. When you're triggered, when you're frustrated, first of all, never make yourself wrong. Rule numero uno, never make yourself wrong. It's okay to feel frustrated. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to wish for something else. That's great. That's being human. That's number one. Number two, please take responsibility that the way that you're seeing this is what's causing the pain. The way that you're seeing it is what's causing the pain. And so you might just ask yourself, what am I making this mean? What am I making this mean? What you know, when I got upset about what John said, or what my boss did, or what my coworker did, or what my husband did, or my kid didn't see something, what am I making it mean? And take responsibility for that, right? Because they're not doing that to you. They are not doing that to you. They are just being themselves. They are just being in a moment. They're just being a human being. And they may be trying to love you. They really may be trying to love you in the best way that they know how, in the best way that they can. So I want you to think about it. And again, don't make yourself wrong if you can't shift it right away. I couldn't shift the experience with my mother right away. But when it hit me, my heart opened and I realized there was only love. There's only love. There's always only love. And taking responsibility for how I see it, how I experience what I do, it gives me freedom in this lifetime. So I want you to have some of that freedom. I want you to practice. We are, as a tribe, we're practicing this. Tell me what you think about that. What's a relationship you're triggered in? I was going to do my New York accent. It was coming out already. It was going to be triggered in. What are you triggered in? Right? What are my cats contributing is also deciding to say something on the video. Little attention hog that she is. So where are you triggered? What relationship? Can you see this differently? Can you open to it? The only thing you need to do is say, okay, I know I'm seeing it this way. I'm taking responsibility for that. And I'm willing to see it differently. I'm giving that to my spirit. I'm giving that to my soul. I'm willing to see it differently. I would love to see how you do. Thank you so much for listening. I want to hear anything and everything from you. I'm so appreciative of you guys. And this stuff changes the world. And you are changing the world. Thank you so much. And I'm going to sign out. Bye.